So you're wondering how much it costs to live in Ashburn, Virginia? Well, you're in the right place because this whole video is going to be about the cost of living right here in Ashburn, Virginia. So stay tuned. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor. It's another beautiful day right here in Northern Virginia. And if it's your first time here on my channel, please consider subscribing because every single week I'm releasing awesome real estate related videos that's going to help your buying or selling needs right here in Northern Virginia. So we get calls and emails almost every single day from folks just like you moving to Northern Virginia, and I absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about relocating or moving anywhere in Northern Virginia, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a handwritten note, any way you want to get a hold of me, I got your back. So in this video, I'm going to talk about all the costs associated with living here in Ashburn, Virginia, via housing, renting, utilities, transportation, going out for dinner, entertainment, and I'm also going to compare it to the rest of Virginia and the nation as a whole. So let's get this video started. So according to bestplaces.net, a great website that gets a lot of their information from the US Census Bureau, well, they state that the average price of living in Ashburn, Virginia is going to be 51% higher than the nation as a whole and about 47% higher than the rest of Virginia. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Housing prices is what makes it so much more expensive to live in Ashburn, Virginia compared to the rest of Virginia and the US as a whole. Now currently the median home price of a home in the United States is $231,000. And if you look at Virginia as a whole, that number jumps up to $258,000. Now, compare that to Ashburn, Virginia, that number almost doubles, all the way up to $540,000. Now, the Ashburn home prices, that's the biggest factor in increasing the cost of living here in Ashburn, Virginia. And why are the home prices so high in Ashburn, Virginia? Well, a couple reasons why. One, proximity to Washington, D.C. Like I said earlier, you're about 30 miles outside of Washington, D.C., about 25 miles from Arlington, and that's where a lot of the jobs are. Another reason is supply and demand. Right now in Ashburn, Virginia, we have very high demand and a little bit of supply right now. And we've seen an influx of buyers moving out to Ashburn, Virginia from Arlington and DC in the last 5 years. Now let's talk about rentals. So the average 3-bedroom rental in Ashburn, Virginia is gonna run you $2,470 a month. Now, if you compare that to the rest of Virginia, that number is going to drop down to $1,614. That is almost going to be an $800 spread compared to the rest of Virginia. Again, why are the rental prices so high? Proximity to DC, proximity to Arlington, proximity to all the jobs that are here in Northern Virginia, plus supply and super high demand. Now we have groceries. So the cost of groceries here in Ashburn, Virginia is going to be about 12.5% to 13% higher than the rest of the nation and Virginia as a whole. Now, there's so many ways around this. Obviously, if you go to like Whole Foods, your grocery bill is going to be a lot more expensive than if you go to like a Harris Teeter or a Giant. Especially like the Harris Teeter, since I live here in Ashburn, I go there all the time, you're always going to find great deals. So that number, your grocery number, you can really knock down a lot closer to the national average. Now let's talk transportation. So the average cost of transportation here in Ashburn, Virginia is going to be 27% higher than the national average and the Virginia average. Now, why is the cost of transportation so much higher here in Ashburn, Virginia? Well, you can see a lot of like foreign cars. You can see the Audis, the BMWs, the Mercedes of the world, pretty much in abundance here. Obviously, those are going to have higher car payments. Along with that, you're going to have higher car insurance to go with those premium cars. Now, there's so much ways around the cost of transportation. You don't have to get that car. You can get your car that's already paid off. You can get a domestic car. You don't have to have those high car payments. Another factor with the transportation costs here is we do have expensive toll roads, especially the Dulles Greenway. That can be anywhere from $6 to $8 each way. Again, you don't have to take that road to save you some money with the transportation cost. So at this point, you're probably thinking, wow, almost everything in Ashburn is more expensive than everywhere else. Well, guess what? It is not the case. I actually found one thing that is actually going to be less than the national average, and that's going to be your utilities. Your gas, your electricity, your water bill, things like that. So actually, it's going to be 1.4% less expensive for your utilities compared to the national average and Virginia as a whole. Now, I don't exactly know why, but my biggest guess is 60% of the homes in Ashburn, Virginia were built after the year 2000. And newer homes are going to be a lot more energy efficient. They're newer HVAC systems, so they don't lose energy like your heating. You're not going to lose the heating because you have newer windows. It's just going to be a lot more energy efficient, which actually is going to drop your bills. So that actually makes perfect sense. So it's not going to make you rich by only saving 1.6% of your utilities, but you know what? We'll take whatever win we can. All right, what about going out for dinner, going out for drinks with your friends and family? Well, there's no stats out there, but I can just tell you through personal experience. If you're going to go out in Ashburn, Virginia, most likely you may go out to one Loudoun, a ton of restaurants there, a great place to have a great time. And if you're going to go out to a nice dinner, it's going to cost you about $20 to $30 per person if you're not drinking alcohol. You want to have a couple beers or a glass of wine with that, expect to spend about $40 to $50 per person. So maybe date night, you and the husband or the wife go out for dinner. It's going to cost you anywhere from at least $100 to $150, depending on how much you splurge and all that good stuff. So yes, it does cost 51% more to live in Ashburn, Virginia compared to the rest of the nation, but there's so many good things about living here in Ashburn. In fact, I did a video last couple weeks ago about the pros and cons of living in Ashburn, Virginia. Please check that video out. But I live here in Ashburn, I love it. We have great schools, everything's newer here, a lot of entertainment, close to everything, close to the airport. There's so many good things about living here in Ashburn. So yes, you will pay a premium for living here, but you're gonna absolutely love it. So if you got any value out of this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, please subscribe. And if there's anything in the world I can do for you, give me a call, shoot me a text. I'm always here to help you. All my contact information is gonna be in the description. And hope you have an awesome rest of your day.